Welcome to Silent Screams Loud Strength. This episode is about reclaiming power the right way, understanding triggers, emotional validation, and inner authority. I am your host, Samantha. So not through revenge, not through control, but through understanding your triggers and validating your emotions and taking back your inner authority. What power really means? What does it mean? When you've been hurt or betrayed, the word power can start to feel like a weapon. We either feel powerless or we swing from one extreme to the other, trying to control everything and everyone around us, so we never get to hurt again. But the true power isn't about dominance. It's about alignment. It's the quiet knowing that says, I decide who I am and how I show up and what I will or will not carry. You see, when you're triggered, it's really about the current moment. It's about the past. It's about something that still echoes through us. Sometimes it rises, it rises that voice inside, and suddenly we are not in 2025, let's say. We are somewhere else, or we are someone else. We are held back in argument from the years ago, feeling small, feeling unseen, feeling unsafe. You are triggered. That's why self-awareness is the foundation of true power. You can't reclaim what you don't understand. Ask yourself this: what emotions make me feel least in control? And what story might these emotions be trying to tell me? So understanding triggers without shame allows us to grow and develop inner wisdom. So let's talk about triggers. They are not weaknesses, they are just signals. They whisper something within us that needs our true attention. The goal isn't to never be triggered again. That's unrealistic because life happens. We meet new people. We find ourselves in situations where we are reminded of certain people that will trigger us. So the goal isn't to respond differently. The goal doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. It means your body remembers what your mind might have buried. Here is something else to practice. When your trigger arises, don't run from it. You need to pause and acknowledge it. Because when we run from it, it shows up aggressively and it takes control. That's when we start to feel powerless. So say to yourself, the feeling belongs to the earlier version of me. I am safe now. that allows you to separate the past from the present. The emotional intelligence within yourself that you are beginning to heal. So you are showing up and you are allowing and confronting that trigger and you are naming it. So emotional validation, it's giving yourself permission. For so many survivors of trauma, betrayal or loss, emotional validation has been a long life pattern. We were told we were too sensitive, too dramatic, too much. We were suppressed, we were controlled. But emotional validation is the act of saying, my feelings are real, my feelings are valid, even if they are uncomfortable. They are always uncomfortable. My experience matters, even no one else sees it. So when you learn to validate what is going on within yourself, or when that trigger shows up and you acknowledge it, you are invoking and reassuring your emotional intelligence and rewiring yourself that you can't run from it. You have to confront it. By confronting it, it also allows you to take back that power. It is uncomfortable. But when you validate your own emotions, you stop needing external permission to feel whatever is inside of you. That's when emotional landscape becomes your compass, not the cage. Because most people that suffer from trauma or are going through trauma, they feel caged. And it's a difficult place to be, to unlock that cage or, open those gates or face the wounds that are keeping you caged. They're not living, you're existing. And we need to learn to thrive. So, reclaiming your inner authority is reclaiming your power the right way about your inner authority, not external control. It means saying, I trust my perception, I honor my boundaries, I choose peace over performance. It's about no longer choosing validation from another or from other people or people's benefits and people's doubts or self-doubt, It's about allowing yourself to honor who you are or who you are becoming. Because healing is a journey and unlocking the gates and the cage is a process. But it's about confronting and taking the power back. Acknowledging that you're triggered and confronting that trigger one day at a time. Because sometimes the most radical act of healing is saying, I no longer need to explain myself. I no longer need to explain myself why I deserve respect. It's authority, it's divine alignment, it's freedom. But only you can give yourself that authority, that divine alignment, that freedom. So some of the reflective practices that would help is, if you're listening right now, I want you to leave you with a short reflection exercise. You can write down, whisper to yourself, or just hold to your heart. What part of me, ask yourself, what part of me still believes that I need to fight to be heard? What part of me still needs to fight to be seen? How can I start validating myself before seeking it from others? Why should it look like I live from inner authority and not fear? Then take a breath, breathe, because breath is your compass, not your moral compass, because you are the compass. So your breath leads you. And remember, power is not something you take, it's something you return to. Remember, you are not broken, you are never broken. And your journey does not look the same with another. The power lies within you. The authority to heal and be who you are and show up as you want to show up lays within you. Thank you for joining me today in this sacred space. If this episode has resonated with you, and please do share it with someone that wants to learn to reclaim their own light. And remember, you are not what happened to you. You are who you choose to become. This is silent strength, silent strength, silent strength, loud, silent screams, loud strength. It is silent strength, isn't it? So until next time, thank you for being part of this community. I appreciate you.